I was trying to use the wind to my advantage. No such luck. It's gonna go that way. It's got some dead branches in the top. Don't like that, but oh well. Well, we got it down, and remember I said I didn't like the dead branches at the top? Can you imagine if that had hit me? That is a widowmaker waiting to happen. But it's okay, I'm going to skid it straight out that way. It's 180 degrees from where I wanted it to go. I was just hoping the wind would help me, but oh well. Oh yeah, and timber. Hello folks, and welcome to the bush on another beautiful Saturday morning. As you can note out here, there's a bit of a breeze blowing today, and although it's not very cold, I think it was -12 when I got up this morning, it's a refreshing start to the day here. I'm sure glad to be in the bush and out of the wind. And speaking of the wind, you saw me on that last tree that I just knocked down, try and harness the wind and have the wind push it against the lean, but oh, some you win and some you don't win, and obviously that one had a mind of its own. When I was scoping out the path to skid that log out, because I always want to be as least intrusive and do the least amount of damage to the forest as I can when I'm skidding logs, I came on this circle of stones here, and I got to tell you, it really excites me. Years ago, probably in the late 1800s, the family that had actually got this farm from the crown, so clear the land, built a sugar house in our sugar bush over there, probably 500-600 meters. And that's where they made maple syrup for many, many years. And the neighboring farmer had one probably only a couple hundred meters to the east of that. And to the west of us a few hundred meters, probably 600 or 700 meters, was another sugar house. Well, this pile of stones is probably where they made maple syrup prior to having a sugar house. So they probably used a cast iron kettle and boiled down sap here for syrup. I find it really amazing to think that the last pair of hands that touched these stones, they may have been the hands that helped clear this land on this farm. I'd love to know the history of who did this, and when they did this, and what their family was like. Love history. Well, I'm going to pull a cable in and hook up to that little hitch and pull it out. Timber! I only had what just happened twice in my life happen. A gray squirrel, which is pretty rare for here, came bombing out of the hole in that tree and whooping her across there. That poor squirrel. Can you imagine how that upset its day? All of a sudden your apartment building, your house, comes crashing down. Anyways, we'll trim it up, we'll hitch it up, and we'll pull her out to the yard. Oh folks, I've had another wonderful day here in the bush. To come back here and lay a few trees down, cut a little firewood, skid some logs, is like a healing balm to my parched soul. We all live stressful, crazy, busy lives these days. And to come back here where it seems life is simple and quiet, and to work with my hands, is so good. And while I was working today, folks, I found an old treasure. I found an old aluminum tea kettle. How many of us can remember something like this, sitting on the wood stove with a little bit of steam coming out of the spout? I wonder how many cups of tea were made with this kettle. I bet it brought a lot of joy to the family that owned this farm. If you can remember a kettle like this sitting on the wood stove in your farmhouse or when you were younger, drop me a note. Tell me a little story. I'd love to hear all about it. Well folks, I'm going to head back to the house. We've definitely got enough firewood out for this year and probably next year as well. And I've got some dead ash, quite a few around the house and the buildings and the farm to cut as well. I hope you've enjoyed this video, folks. As always, thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again on Out of the House with Paul.